Today on the Montana Majority Report's Special Insights, Senate President Matt Regier and Senator Becky Beard discuss her bill, SB 101, which would revise laws related to squatting in efforts to prevent it here in Montana. Listen in.
Thanks for joining us this time on the Inside Editions here with quick updates on legislature that bills that are going through the session. I am joined by Senator Becky Beard. Becky, tell us a little bit. Where are you from?
Well, Mr. President, I am representing Senate District 38, one of the newly drawn districts. And it encompasses about, 6 counties. So it's Granite, Jefferson, Powell, mostly intact, and then pieces of Anaconda, Deer Lodge, Missoula, and Lewis and Clark counties.
All right.
So I have but it's a good agricultural and homegrown folks.
So last session, you had some great private property bills on eminent domain. I remember that. I hyped that a lot. It was you've kind of always been there for private property rights, which is really a foundation of America and what Montanans love. So tell us, you got a Senate bill here on squatters. We saw a lot in the past, like in New York and California and other states where people come home from their Airbnb or whatever, and people aren't leaving. It's you see that taking over a private property, and what a crazy situation. You want to tell us a little bit about your bill and the situation?
Well, yeah, I'm glad you asked, because we have this problem, as you mentioned, nationwide, and I'm hearing stories about people who experience it here in Montana as well. What we need to do is put some teeth into the criminality of this infraction, because if you go on vacation, we have a lot of snowbirds in Montana, and they can come home and end up realizing that somebody's taken over their house. And they've come up, for instance, with fraudulent documents that say, this is the lease that I signed with whomever, or this is my title to this house.
Wow.
You know nothing about it, but there are entities who will forge these documents. People are really savvy with it. And we have more and more immigration, whether it's from this country, people moving around, or people from outside the country. And we have to protect ourselves. And the problem has been that we don't have enough criminality involved. It's considered a civil charge. And you call the sheriff's department, and they'll come and they'll say, okay, well, these people are here. You might just have to go to court, hire a lawyer and go to court to get these people extracted. What I want to do
From your own house.
Yeah, from your own house. And it's thousands of dollars to go through this process. Yep. And what I want to do is I want to do laundry when I get home from my vacation. And I don't want anybody in my house. And if you give them a heads up that you're going to take back your premise, but because the sheriff won't help you extract these people, these people squatting are going to have so much fun damaging your house.
I know. Crazy.
And just bash everything, break windows, sell your appliances, and then you come back to a total upheaval.
So obviously, whether this is happening or not in Montana, let's make a law that you can't do this, so if it does migrate. But have you heard stories of this happening in Montana?
I've heard stories is all, and I've had other people relay stories to me. So I've not met anybody who's actually had this occur to them. But we're going to protect. We're going to be proactive.
I love it. Proactive government in Montana. That's your Republican Party working for you. So can you give us just quick overview then of your bill? Are you putting more teeth, putting criminal aspects into it, not just civil? Or
we're gonna move it to criminal, because if it's a criminal charge, we can have the sheriff's office, the local law enforcement, come in and extract these people on the spot. We don't have to wait to file a motion. So what we found is that there's a lot of interest here in the Montana legislature to see this kind of legislation go through, and we're looking at whether we have to have a testimonial or an affidavit. So we're working on that, getting those items strengthened. So when the sheriff's office comes in, they're not feeling put on the spot. If I do this, am I going to get in trouble with the county attorney or some state attorneys general or something?
Yeah, exactly. So, the law backs them up.
The law will back them up.
That novel idea.
Yeah.
I love it. What's the bill number?
101, Senate Bill 101.
Senate Bill 101.
The Stop Squatters Act.
And have you had a hearing yet?
We did this morning.
All right. How'd it go?
It was really quite interesting. I didn't imagine that it would take that long. It was held in Senate Judiciary, and I was first on the docket this morning. And we had a couple of proponents. Okay, great. That was wonderful. And then we had a line of opponents, and including the ACLU, because there's so many unhoused persons in the state of Montana that it's not right that we just can't give them the right to find a place to, shelter themselves. So one of the senators on the committee asked, well, what if I'm up at the legislature and I come home 4 weeks into the session, and I come home and I want to do laundry and I want to, cook a meal at home, and somebody's in my house. And they said, well, so what? And she says, okay, so they're okay to stay in my house, but where am I going to go? I'm unhoused because I just went home and now I can't enjoy a weekend at home.
What a crazy even conversation.
Montana Budget and Policy Institute came in against it. Let's see, we did have one of the local municipality organizations come in and said, we've already got a lot of this in the law, and it's really going to be tough to put teeth into this. So we are going forward and maybe have to amend a line or two in the bill, but we're going to do it because this is a really important issue for Montanans, and to just start ebbing away at retaking our private property rights for ourselves.
That is great. It's disappointing but not surprising that the left thinks your property, Montana, is their property. So that's unfortunate. But glad you're here, Senator Becky Beard, standing up for private property rights. Any final thoughts on your bill here before we sign off?
I just want people to go in and look at the recorded journal of that bill's hearing and just listen to the pros and the cons of the bill. And I think that the majority of Montanans are going to see that this is a safe bill for us, and it's common sense, and it offers protection for the Montana public.
Perfect. Montana property rights. I love it. You're just a champion for that. So thanks a bunch for joining us, Senator Beard.
Thanks for having me.
Can't wait to talk with you next time.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yep, you bet.